Everyone knows the saying, the best things in life are free, owing to it being a fairly universal truth, and of course the song by Luther Vandross and Janet Jackson. But we now live in an age of demands, and some of those demands aren't just for something to be free, but for someone to pay for it. In some cases, there is a legitimate argument, but in other cases, it's unparalleled bullshit. Introducing Gazi? Introducing Black Hitler, who is one of the most idiotic people I've ever seen since the Women's March. Because if you aren't angry about something that has long been abolished and is condemned throughout Western civilization, are you even black?
Aquabi, y'all.
The fuck? Just say hello, you dick!
So this little white boy slid into my friend's DMs and showed him his nudes, and my friend, who is, of course, melanin black.
Oh yeah, of course. You wouldn't dare have a friend that's white, would you? Evil bastards, the lot of them. And that isn't a nude photo, that's a guy with no top on. Just thought you should know.
Was like, ain't nobody want no raw chicken up in here.
What's wrong with raw chicken? You can fry it, everyone likes that.
So this white boy done took my friend's picture and posted it on Facebook and said,
this is gonna be something really bad, yeah? Something that'll show just how evil white people are once and for all.
This individual represents racism at its finest. Ignorance and hatred go hand in hand.
Well, you say it with that voice like it's fucking ridiculous, but it does sound like something that would regularly come out of your mouth. But sure, when a white guy says it.
If you are YT, I would suggest not talking to him. YT is white, by the way.
Sound advice, really. I don't think we'd be able to have a conversation without someone getting a chair thrown at them. But you've just been called racist, Black Hitler. However will you respond? An analysis of your actions that led you to this point? Breaking down reason for reason why you aren't racist towards white people? Or are you going to go off on one about how white people are the work of the devil instead? I would take bets on this, but it's obvious, isn't it? Your knuckles didn't even crack. What was the point of that? That just looked like one of Madonna's dance moves. And she's white, so kindly stop appropriating my culture.
Boy, bye. How you colonized 90% of the world, wiped out countless ethnicities, led to the extinction of almost half of the animal kingdom.
Right, I'm gonna stop you there, Black Hitler, for a number of reasons. One, you aren't actually typing right now. Maybe if you put as much thought into what you're saying, rather than pretending you have a keyboard in front of you, you wouldn't come across as such a shit-filled sack of idiocy. Two, the guy you're talking to didn't do that, did he? He's a social media bunny. I bet the guy rarely leaves his mum's basement, let alone colonizes the rest of the world. And three, I think it's important you know I hate you. And that's not because you're black, but because you're a smug little cuntworm.
Created mass incarceration, gentrification, HIV, countless drugs, police brutality.
Sorry, created HIV? Look, we don't actually know where that came from, but we think it's from people hunting monkeys that carried the virus and eating them. The earliest recorded case of it being a man from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. You know who lives in the Congo? Black people live in the Congo. So, you know, maybe blame them.
Genocide, chattel slavery, lynching, and so much more.
Oh yeah, we've been busy alright, but if it weren't for those Africans warring and enslaving each other, I'm sure it would have been a lot harder to create chattel slavery, so well done to everyone for that. Hand in hand, we work together.
Just to create a capitalist imperial economic system that only benefits you while leeching off of the resources of all other people around the world.
Oh right, so you made those images yourself, did you? Or are you just leeching those off of someone else? And sure, the aim may well have been to create a system that benefits white folk. I think if you pulled your head out of your black ass and took a look around, you'd see it didn't happen. And in many cases, those of light skin are demonized for something other people with light skin did hundreds of years ago. And if that's fair, then you're to blame for HIV.
Then you get butthurt because some of us are smart enough to see that you ain't right.
Yeah, point me to those people who are smart enough, dude, because I'm getting some seriously retarded vibes from you right now. I notice you don't mind wearing a pair of glasses, though. Did you know they were invented by a white man? So, you know, kindly stop appropriating my culture.
If you had any kind of brain cells or decency.
Wow! The saying, that's the pot calling the kettle black, was created for this situation right here.
You would be fighting for reparations reparations for black people and not trying to dress like us so you can sleep with us.
Dressed like you? What the fuck are you on about? You aren't wearing a fucking dashiki right now, you're wearing a t-shirt. Probably the most popular item of apparel in the damn world. And how fucking dense are you to think a black girl would only sleep with a white guy because of his clothing? Do you think black women are that stupid that they can be tricked into sucking a white dick by what kind of cloth that white dick is wearing? You are some kind of fuck up, dude.
Get a grip, K-Bobby. Not all of us are in the sunken glass. You can call me racist all you want, but you can't call me a colonizer.
Right, well you didn't actually address anything he said, did you? You just went off on one about history, giving the effect of, well, I might be racist, but at least I'm not as racist as you, white boy. Like that makes everything okay. It doesn't. You're still a racist piece of shit. I mean, how are you wearing that t-shirt around the right way? You're a fucking black hole of dumb. Whoa, whoa! Clay mugs with handles were supposedly invented by the ancient Greeks, so, you know, kindly stop appropriating their culture.
Oh, K-Bobby responded.
Fuck knows why. It's impossible to have a battle of wits with an unarmed opponent.
Where am I supposed to get all this money for reparations? I'm poor, so where's the money supposed to come from? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Using a mocking voice isn't taking away the actual point he's making, Black Hitler. Right, Black Uncle? No. Oh, fuck off then.
Oh, look at the cockiness and arrogance of you.
Oh, no, this is what pot calling the kettle black was created for.
I wish we were allowed this same kind of sarcastic lip when we were forced to build America for free.
What do you mean, we? You weren't there, dickhead. The only thing you have in common with the people who were there is the colour of your skin, which, shock, doesn't fucking mean much. I bet you can't even handle Lego. How the fuck did you build America? And can you just answer the man's question? You'd be fucking terrible on a game show.
Anyways, here's your answer, K-Bobby.
Oh, thank fuck for that. Next time, lose the preamble, yeah? And the arrogance. Actually, just let someone else make the video.
All that money you spend on those ugly Jordans you wear to appropriate our culture.
Whoa, Jordans are your culture? Well, you're using a computer, invented by a white man, so, you know, kindly stop appropriating my culture.
Could go towards the liberation of African people and to overturn the oppression and poverty of black people.
All for the cost of a pair of shoes. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like a fucking bargain. Seems kind of odd you can't do that yourself though, Black Hitler, since you're living in one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Do you think you might owe reparations to Africa for everything you haven't contributed to it because of your living in the US? Not your fault, I know. It's your parents' fault for living there, which means it's your fault, right?
Which you and all white people benefit from. And if you really gave a damn, you could go around educating other Europeans to pay reparations as well.
Oh yeah, because everyone likes handing over money for absolutely no reason, don't they? Mate, you've got a better chance of getting me to donate to the safety and well-being of pedophiles than getting reparations for something that doesn't, nor will it ever affect you. If you want money, you have to work like the rest of us, not stomp all over the graves of your ancestors.
Please don't tell me how poor you are, Bobby. It's not my fault that you are too stupid to benefit from a system that was created for you to succeed.
So I'm guessing if you went to college, you got in through affirmative action, since you wouldn't have passed the fucking interview, and that was designed for you to succeed. So how are we doing on that front, Black Hitler? Can't be too well if you're asking white people for money, and if you're not to blame for something he did or didn't do, how is he to blame for what someone else did or didn't do? Do you see how you're chatting shit here, Black Hitler? Do you see?
Don't worry, you still have the judicial system, police force, welfare system, military, banks, educational system.
Which no black person is allowed to call on, by the way. It's only white, isn't it? There are no black lawyers, black judges, black police officers, black bankers, black soldiers, and no black person has ever been on welfare. It's all white.
And employment infrastructure on your side. And yes, all of that we Africans made and still sustain for you.
He looks a bit spent, doesn't he? It must be tiring being that much of a moron. And what about you is African, dude? You aren't whatever nationality you identify as. You really need to ease up on saying we. And throughout all of that, you still haven't answered the man's question. Where is this reparation money supposed to come from? Black people built the banking system, apparently, so you should at least be able to give a straight fucking answer.
Oh, he responded.
I love an internet argument as much as the next guy, probably a little bit more, but this guy must be a masochist for responding. There has to come a time when you realise, nope, this guy is one marble short of a game of Hungry Hungry Hippos.
So our tax dollars should pay, correct?
See, you sit there like you have all the answers, but you're yet to fucking give one. And you're rubbing your hands like you're using liquid soap, which was invented by... Actually, it's really hard to find a photo of that one. No one rubbed their hands together until we find out.
Oh, look, y'all. K. Bobby is trying to negate the onus of responsibility of colonialism to the government.
How the fuck did you... He just asked if the money should come from taxes, you fuck up. Stop making these fantastical leaps in logic and just answer the fucking question.
As if white people are not an extension of the state.
Yeah, that one's gonna need some serious explaining. It won't happen though. This tard is not good when it comes to sticking to the fucking point. He probably blames white people for that too.
My dear Bobby, a government is nothing but a systematic, materialist creation of the socioeconomic material interest of the political stance of a people.
Look, he didn't ask what a government is, he asked if reparations should come from taxes. So white people would be taxed for something that happened a long time ago and black people would get that money. I'd have thought you'd be all over that, Black Hitler. It's taxing people for being white.
So, if the colonial government owes colonized people reparations, then you, Bobby, a colonizer, owes colonized people reparations.
Yeah, again, this isn't anywhere near the fucking question. You have honestly got no right talking about this when you quite clearly haven't got a fucking clue how a conversation works. And why does this guy deserve to pay reparations? And why do you deserve those reparations? If your ancestors complained as much as you do, you wouldn't fucking exist.
Even your individual wealth is just a product of the structure of capitalism that rests off the oppression of African people and colonized people around the world.
Yeah, and you living in America is down to that too. I notice you haven't gone to live in Africa, so you could say you're benefiting from that oppression, couldn't you?
Are you following, Bobby? I know your imperialist education system does not center dialectical materialism, but we can get you there, Bobby.
Yes, because I'm sure Bobby wants to achieve this astounding level of ignorance. Is this how conversations go with you, Black Hitler? You get asked if you want a large fries with your 3-piece meal and you reply, large fries are a symbol of systemic oppression in white America, showing the disdain light-skins have for blacks by grouping together in a cardboard sleeve and being showered with salt, and give me some extra dips. We just want a yes or a no. Not everyone enjoys a poorly constructed essay as much as you do. So there we go. Some serious non-answers to some serious questions. If, like me, you're still confused over the outcome of this conversation, just do what I do and carry on living. Thanks for watching, guys. Please consider becoming a patron and pay me some reparations for putting up with this bullshit. The link is in the description, and remember, if being a slave was so bad, why did so many people do it?